named a candidate whose party is named "Rent is Too Damn High." He made a point of making that comment a number of times. Here's some of the best one-liners from last night.
Rent, it's too damn high.
Yes, sir, Mr.
Yes.
McMillan.
That's such a popular meme too. He's just like, you know what I'm saying, letting everybody know.
Yeah, he did that. I mean, nothing else need to be said. He laid it out, he told it like it was and like it is.
Yep.
Right now, today, the rent is too damn high. The eggs are too damn high. The chicken wings, too damn high. The produce, too damn high. Gas, everything.
Everything.
Too damn high. That's what we gonna start, Jackson White. Everything is too damn high party. That's what we gonna do.
We might as well. Well, first we need a ranked choice voting system. Then we'll be able to do our thing a little better.
Absolutely, we do need ranked choice because we know this duopoly is going to continue to be in control for the foreseeable future. God bless the people who are moving and trying to push for Americans to have other choices. Over 300 million of us, and to lock people into two political ideologies, two political camps, doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But here we are. But yes, Jackson is absolutely right. Ranked choice voting will get us closer and closer to what the people really need and what they are looking for. Go ahead and check out this headline, family. US inflation eases but stays high. Now, how it eases but it stays high? Okay, putting Fed in a tough spot. I want to correct that headline. This is how the headline would read: US inflation is not easing. It is too damn high and it's putting everyday people in a tough spot. How about that, Jackson? I mean, I like that headline a lot better.
Yeah, that's a lot more accurate, but we got to be subtle. We got to deliver it to people in small, little, bite-sized, media-friendly pieces. You know what I'm saying? So, well, we don't have to do that here on TYT, but elsewhere, they're kind of confined to those types of parameters.
Because that headline contradicts itself.
The
feds are not in a tough spot. The Fed gonna be all right. It's the everyday American people who are in a tough spot. Let's go on and correct that. But we appreciate the attempt. Let's go ahead and break this down. That is what we're going to do. The government said Tuesday that prices increased 0.4% last month, just below January's 0.5% rise. Yet excluding volatile food and energy costs, how are you going to exclude the main thing that people need? So-called core prices rose 0.5% in February, slightly above January's 0.4% gain. The Fed pays particular attention to the core measure as a gauge of underlying inflation pressures. Let me just put this in simple terms. Inflation is hurting folks. They can't afford stuff, period. Like they can't afford, let's not even get to luxury. They can't afford their needs. That's really what that paragraph was all about. So I'm gonna dress it up for you. When measured against prices a year ago, inflation has been easing, put a air quotes in front of that, for 8 months. In February, consumer prices climbed 6% from 12 months earlier, down from January's 6.4% year over year increase, and well below a recent peak of 9.1% in June. Yet it remains far above the Fed's 2% annual inflation target. Core prices in February rose 5.5% from 12 months ago, down slightly from 5.6% in January. What I said before stands. Inflation is hurting everyday people. That's what Christopher is. He's just breaking it down. He's throwing out the numbers so you understand. Because the math ain't mathing, to quote Andrew Yang. And the people are feeling the rises every single day of their lives. Airfare, after easing for several months, soared 6.4% just in February and are up 27% from a year ago. Clothing costs rose 0.8% last month. New car prices ticked up just 0.2% for a second straight month. Food prices rose 0.3% in February, the smallest monthly gain in nearly 2 years, though they're still up more than 10% from a year ago. That is the main point. And the recent bank collapses exacerbating all of these things that Jackson and I are gonna be talking about in this segment. With the collapse of two large banks, since Friday, fueling anxiety about other regional banks. The Fed, for now, may focus more on boosting confidence in the financial system than on its long-term drive to tame inflation. That is a sharp shift from just a week ago when Chair Jerome Powell suggested to a Senate committee that if inflation didn't cool, the Fed could raise its benchmark interest rate by a substantial half point at its meeting March 21 through 22. Action Jackson, your thoughts on all the happenings around inflation?
Well, I think that, it's nice that we're able to tie the inflation discussion with the recent bank collapses because, pretty much no matter the economic circumstance, the elite corporate system grows stronger and the economic divide steepens. And the big banks win at the end of the day. The Silicon Valley bank collapse, a lot of what happened during that time, this connects as well to like all these Meta layoffs and Google layoffs. Essentially what happened with these companies when they were flooded with additional cash, not just tech companies, the same thing happened with airlines that still furloughed people after they got money. But this type of basically action that these giant tech companies and corporations in general get access to all this free cash from the Fed. And then essentially the reason that we're seeing so many thousands of layoffs is because what a lot of these companies did is they basically hoarded the workforce. A lot of people were just at work, not doing anything, like literally doing nothing. They were just sitting there kind of waiting for something to do because these tech companies had so much capital that they were just trying to grow and expand by all means necessary. Obviously, if they didn't hire a bunch of those non-essential jobs, those workers could have went elsewhere to better companies or just better fits maybe. So all of this is interconnected when at the end of the day, again, all of the fallout from the big banks, they're still getting bailed out. They just announced the FDIC is going to cover quite a bit of those losses on top of the fact that who has the money and the capital to bail everybody out? The big banks. So no matter what happens, the economic divide just steepens and the elite corporate class really isn't held accountable because they're the only ones who have the capital to save the economy. But we're still stretching out from 2008.
Yeah, I mean, what's really gonna save the economy is us.
Right.
Exactly. Once again, 2008, 2023 haven't learned a lesson at all.